Well, it's that time of year again. Here it is, spring turkey season. Can you believe another year has come and gone, and we're right back where we all love to be, right here in March and April and May, the three greatest months of the whole year, in my opinion. So I'm glad that you've stuck with me all these years, and this year hopefully it'll be no different. We'll have a lot of stuff coming up for you in the weeks to come. I know I'm getting a little bit later start than what I usually get. I usually try to start this the 1st of March, but I've kind of had a little bit of complications with tooth problems and stomach problems and all this, trying to get all this bug worked out. Shoo! So yesterday I had to go get a tooth pulled, and but I'm glad that's over with. So I got one more to get pulled before turkey season, so I don't have to worry about toothaches, and I can get out and enjoy the next few weeks. So anyway. All right, so I was thinking about the first video of the year, what I want to talk about, because we got a lot of stuff to cover this year. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I think the very first thing that I think we should discuss is what I call the lies and myths of turkey hunting. You know, if you have something in your head, if it's a mental thing, because it is, let's face it, turkey hunting is a mental thing. It really is. It's very, I mean, of course, it's some physical because we're walking and we're having to exercise, of course, a little bit to get to the gobblers, but it's really a mental thing. And if you can't outlast the mental part of it, you're probably not going to be as successful, because, you know, getting out there one-on-one with a spring gobbler is not an easy thing. You got to wait him out, and a lot of times we got to override what we think and what we've been told and go the next level to be successful. Myths and lies in turkey hunting goes together like peanut butter and jelly. You know, it really does. I don't understand it, but it just kind of happens that way. But I want to discuss a few myths and lies so that this year you don't go out in the field, because some of these you've probably heard from maybe some old timers, or maybe you've heard maybe from some videos on YouTube, and maybe you've heard from people that maybe is not very well adjusted in different types of turkey hunting. So they'll tell you a bunch of stuff based upon their experience and based upon where they're at in the turkey hunting game. Well, if you've been doing it as long as I have, and you've killed as many as I have, and I'm not bragging, but I mean, you know, and others, not just me, but many of others that's been successful in all types of turkey hunting, you know, I would much rather take the advice from that person, because whether it's field birds or timber birds or, you know, Midwest, back east, south, or wherever it is, these kind of turkey hunters can get it done just about anywhere and any time. That's the people you really want to listen to. And I guarantee you, if they're worth a grain of salt, every one of them is going to tell you that a lot of the stuff that I'm going to discuss with you in the next few minutes is really just a bunch of myths, and it's not true, and it will cause you, if you believe them, to really miss out on getting a lot of turkeys. Myth number 1. Turkeys will not come down a hill. Totally false, not true. I can't tell you over the years how many turkeys I've called down a hill to me. Whether he's been up on a ridge top and I've been maybe on a shelf on the hillside and call him down a hill, or maybe I've been in the bottom field down there and he's up on the hillside and call him down. I mean, it's just not true. I've called turkeys, and I know many other people that's called turkeys down a hill. When a gobbler is really fired up and he really wants to get with that hen, he will come down a hill. There's nothing that's going to stop him. I've seen turkeys fly across creeks. I've seen them fly across rivers. I've seen them fly across rock quarries. I've seen them, you know, fly across from one ridge to another to get to a hen. So, you know, if they're willing to fly across a river to get to a hen, they're going to walk down a hill to get to a hen. And I've seen it too many times. So this is just not true. So if you have a gobbler above you and you're, oh, I can't call because he won't come down a hill. And I know guys that's done that. You know, put that out of your mind, because it's just not true. Gobblers will come down a hill just the same as they go up a hill. They'll come down a hill. I think the reason a lot of people think that is because we've been told that, you know, you need to get above the turkeys, and that's true. In a lot of times that if you get above a turkey, sometimes it is better, and sometimes, you know, they will seem like they want to work maybe a little bit better coming up a hill. But with that said, I will never hesitate to sit on a gobbler below him if I have to. If I can't, if the terrain won't allow me to get above him, or maybe the property line won't let me get above him, I'll call him down a hill, because he will come down a hill. You just got to cut at him and, you know, really start getting fired up. And once he gets fired up, you know, soften your calling, and he'll come down a hill. My Oklahoma gobbler last year called him down a hill. The turkey I killed, one of the ones I killed in Virginia, killed him coming down a hill. I shot my Ohio gobbler coming down a hill. So, you know, it's just a myth. I don't know how many turkeys I've killed over the years. doing that. So put that out of your head. If he's above you, get him fired up, call him down the hill. Myth number 2. Oh, and I love this one. This one, I just started hearing about this in about, I don't know, a couple years ago. And when I heard it, I just thought, what? And somebody had told me about a video. I'm not going to say who it is, but they're on YouTube here. And but they told me about this video, and so I you know, they sent me a link to it, and I watched it, and I thought, that guy's nuts. It's not true. But anyway, here's the myth. Never cluck and purr at a turkey, because if you cluck and purr at them, that gobbler knows that's a warning sound, and he'll leave. And when I say a cluck and a purr, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, that's not going to spook turkeys. I've been doing it for 26 years. It ain't going to happen. And I don't know how many people's been doing it for 40 or 50 years, and it's never spooked a turkey. That is not an alarm putt. In fact, an alarm putt, when you hear an alarm putt in the woods, it's always going away from you, okay? If you hear a putt in the woods and it's going away from you, okay, that's probably an alarm putt. But a cluck and a purr is not an alarm putt. Or is it a sign that that turkey is freaking out or scared? It's just not. That is a contentment call. A purr and a cluck is a hen that's feeding around. She's content, and she's letting that gobbler know everything's okay. So get that out of your head. Purr and a cluck, been doing it for years. It's never spooked one turkey. It's just a myth. Throw it out of your head. I don't know where these guys come up with this stuff, but I guarantee you that's what it is. It's a myth. Keep clucking and purring, you'll get them right on in. Myth number 3. Boy, I really like this one. This is one that is going to be debated for years to come, and I'm sure I'm going to get comments on this video in years to come, and people's going to tell you this guy don't know what he's talking about. He's crazy. Don't listen to him. And that is the term call shy turkeys. There is no such thing as a turkey that is call shy. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a myth. It's not real. Now, if you don't know what call shy is, maybe you're new to turkey hunting or you've not heard that term, here's what they're saying. They're saying that when a gobbler's really gobbling on the roost, or maybe he's gobbling on a ridge, and you start calling to him, he shuts up and he goes the other way and you don't hear him no more and you don't kill him. And after 2 or 3 days of doing that, people come back to camp and they say, oh boy, I tell you what, they're call shy. Yeah, you don't call them turkeys. Just go out there and sit down, don't do nothing, because at the moment you start hearing a turkey call, they're going, no, that's a turkey call. It's, you know, they give them this human, brain, and turkeys they can't rationalize like humans can, but people think they can. It's almost like that turkey sitting up on a roost on public land, and he's roosted up there, and the moment he hears a box call, he goes, oh, hey Harry, don't gobble, because that's a box call. That's a poor quality box call. Don't gobble, because that's a hunter. That's just not real, okay? It's just not. But a lot of times I think people almost have that thinking in their head. It's not call shy, it's human shy. People, gobblers shut up for a lot of reasons, but it's not hearing other turkeys, because they hear turkeys every single day of the year. So if your calls are not way off base, to where it sounds horrible, but if it sounds at least somewhat real, it don't have to sound like a world champion turkey caller, don't have to sound like somebody on a stage at a turkey calling contest, but if it's at least some kind close, I would say, to a real hen, that's what he's used to hearing. Every hen has a different voice. He's used to hearing different hens every single day of his life. They're not call shy at turkey calls. They're call shy at people, because people do a lot of stupid things. You see a lot of this. You see head bobbing. You see people walking across open fields. Turkeys up here on the hillside, and they walk right across the open field right to the turkey. And well, what do you think is going to happen? They're probably going to see you. That's why you always want to stay on the edge of the woods. You always want to stay in the wood line, even if it's a longer way to go. You always want to stay concealed. You never want to be out in the open. Or I love this. And you go into a place, and right before season, man, I mean, they're gobbling 5 and 6. You hear them on the road, you're standing on the road, hear them 5 and 6 on this property, gobbling. And the opening day of turkey season, you'll get on a 4-wheeler and arrive all the way to the hunting spot, and do that 2 and 3 days, and you wonder why you don't hear no turkeys. Yeah, I mean, so that's they shut up for a lot of reasons, but it's not turkey calling. Another reason why that people think they're call shy is because a lot of times, just the nature of the turkeys in the spring, the gobblers are usually going to roost close to a group of hens. Not always. You will find a gobbler that's roosted by himself, and that's the kind we all like. But most of the time, he's not going to be too far from his hens. He's not going to be too far. So when they pitch out, he's going to pitch out with them. So you're sitting, old Hunter James is back here, yelping away, and the gobbler pitches out and walks away from the Hunter James, and then he goes, after about a week of that, he's going, oh, they're call shy, I'm scaring them away, and so he's afraid to call. So when the gobblers do leave their hens up in the day, or they do leave their hens later on in the morning, then he's sitting there afraid to call, and he don't call. So if you don't call, probably you're not going to get the turkey fired up, and you're probably not going to kill him. So it's a mental thing. It really is. If you go into a property where that's new, let's just say that's new, you don't know these, you don't know these turkeys are call shy. You go in there and you yelp and you do what you normally do. You go in there, set up on him, kill him, and then somebody comes, and then somebody that's hunted that place says, hell, well, they're call shy. And you say, well, I killed that one. What happened? I've done that before. So a quick story, and I'll try not to be too long, but a quick story. I was hunting in Rockingham County, Virginia, Rockbridge County, Virginia one year, and was on this place, and there was two old turkey hunters there. They've been hunting, a lot of years. They were the old school, you yelp 2 or 3 times and cluck a few times and then sit and wait. And then that works sometimes. But I was running and gunning. There was 400 acres in there, and I was just running and gunning through there, point to point, trying to locate a gobbler. And the old guy told me, he said, don't be walking and calling. He said, these turkeys are call shy. He said, they're call shy. He said, you don't want to call these turkeys too much. And so I didn't really pay much attention to him because he didn't hunt with me. He was just there. He was the brother of the guy that owned the property. And so I went through there, and first day, man, I was just going through there cutting, and I got this gobbler all fired up and got him, and shot one day, went back 2 days later, killed another one, had 2 of them. And so by the time they seen the guy again, he said, I told you they're call shy. He said, they won't gobble. He said, you just got to sit and wait on them. I said, I already killed 2. And so it's a mental thing. He walked in there, wouldn't call because he just had it in his head, they're call shy. So 3 miss. Don't cluck and purr to a turkey. Turkeys won't come down a hill, or they're call shy. I promise you, miss. Get them out of your head before this coming turkey season, and get out there and have you some fun. Put these myths aside, and you will have more success. All right? I appreciate all of you that's followed me over the years, and we're looking forward to another great spring turkey season. If you haven't joined my Facebook page yet, please go to the description of this video, click that link, click the link there, and come on over and like and follow me on Facebook and stay with me all year long. We're going to have a good time this spring, so stay tuned. Got a lot more coming, and hopefully here in a couple of weeks, be out there chasing a big old southern gobbler. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.